right up, ready to go. Welcome back to my channel. So here we have a Kawasaki KLX110 RL model. This thing has got a few little issues, but let's take a good look around on the body. Looks pretty decent. It's got scuffs. It's definitely been rode. After we dive into it, we can see the reasons why. So first off, as you can tell, tires flat. Another issue is wheel bearings are shot. Also, the rear wheel bearing. Swing arm bushings shot. Then the bushings in the swing armhole piece, the frame is pretty shot. The bushings here are pretty bad. Also the sprocket, if you look, there's no teeth on there. But yeah, it basically, you're not able to drive it. And the rear sprocket looks pretty decent, but you can see where the chain has fallen off, and you can see the nuts are completely eaten up. So we need to replace them just to make sure. Yeah. So also we can see that the frame has been pretty cracked up right there, and a few other spots. We can tell that things have been cracked and moved around, so you can tell that it's been weakened up. But other than that, it starts and fires up pretty good. Haven't really checked the air intake or anything, but pull the choke, and this thing fires up pretty good. Or at least it did. Actually, I don't think it has fuel. It's got a Pro Circuit exhaust. It's a full exhaust. Also, we need to do an oil change on this thing. But yeah, other than that, it looks pretty good, pretty solid, I'd say. Runs. Runs pretty good, I'd say. But yeah, let's dive into this thing, take it all apart. Definitely want to take apart the wheel bearing. I think the wheel is also bent, so we need to adjust the wheel, balance it out so that way it's turning straight. So we'll have to do that later after we take apart the frame and see if we can weld it back up, and then see what else we can do. Alrighty, let's put it on the stand and take it apart. Alrighty, so we got it to this point right here. We took a apart basically the plastics and a few other little pieces that were blocking the chain, the gas tank, and you can tell a little bit more that the frame was cracked right here where it goes up right there. Then there's that crack that you can see right there. You can see that crack a little bit better right there. And also you can tell the bushings. So basically it's all wore out right there, so it makes it feel like the shock is wore out, but the shock might be all right. So we gotta look into that. Yeah, I gotta check that out. Let's see what else we got going on this side. This side, visually, you can't really tell much going on, but you can definitely tell that the wheel bearing is pretty shot here. Actually, the wheel bearing is good. I think it's just the bearing for the sprocket. Wheel's actually solid. But yeah, you can definitely see the sprocket, how it's missing teeth right there. So yeah, I gotta replace that. Alrighty, so let's continue taking this puppy off and apart and see where we can go from here. So I'll probably take off this piece right here and the plastics and this whole electrical, and we'll go from there. Alrighty guys, so we got this thing pretty much all taken apart. Now we have fully exposed exactly what's going on. Definitely the rear sprocket problem, as you can tell right there, all that movement. So that's a wore out bushing right there, so you gotta fix up that weld right there. And yeah, gotta fix the sprocket or replace it. Rear sprocket looks good, but it is chipped, so we're gonna go ahead, for our safety, just go ahead and put a new one on and put new bolts on. So that's gonna be the best thing we can do. Make sure it's all good to go. Put new sprocket, new bearing, and we should be good to go. So let's take off the rear belt, or the rear whole area. We took off the chain. Chain looks pretty good. We're gonna leave it. But yeah, other than that, we're gonna start taking everything apart. Alrighty guys, as you can tell, the rear wheel has been completely removed. And we removed the sprocket, took apart the whole thing, pushed the bearing out, and as you can tell, it's missing some balls. Also, it doesn't look good. That's the rear seal. She's pretty dried up. So we're gonna get a new seal. We'll probably replace these nuts. And yeah, we'll get a new sprocket also, just to be on the safe side. And we're gonna get new dampeners because they look pretty chewed up, I would say. Might as well replace them. And yeah, but everything else, the wheel bearings are looking really good. They're solid, they're still lubricated, they were protected very well. This wasn't protected very well, not much good grease in there. So the bearings went out on this thing, so we're gonna assemble this thing back together. And yeah, also we took apart this shock. We got to replace that bushing right there inside there. It's tore up and everything, so we'll replace that. If anybody knows what's a good shock replacement for this thing, the rider is going to be about 150 pounds on this thing. I'd say between 100 and 150, I'd say that range. But yeah, now we got to take apart this thing right here and get these swing arms, make sure they're good or bad, which we know they're probably bad, so we'll go ahead and replace those also. And yeah, we'll take this whole arm off and try to get it all welded up. And this piece right here. Alrighty guys, so we are going to start painting, and we already have the first coat after primer. We sanded everything. So I bought the original paint code, and the original paint code is right there. 3803 Kawasaki. Basically Phantom Silver. And I did my first little spray coat on there on the welds. It's looking pretty good. And they send you a clear, 1K clear also with it. And yeah, it's looking pretty good. We were gonna paint this thing too, but man, this thing was so cracked up in so many places and it was bent and stuff. So looked online, that thing was only 60 bucks. So we purchased a good one, lightly used, very good condition. And yeah, we're just gonna send it and not worry about this, because this thing had over like 10 spots where it needed to be welded. So here, all the way around there, and this tube is bent. And so when that bent, it pushed these down right here. So then the main bolt that goes through there doesn't really slide clearly through there. And then plus we had to change out the bushings. That was an extra expense. But then we got this one, and it has brand new bushings in there. So it's a win-win situation. Comes out way cheaper. And yeah, we're gonna go that route. The only thing is the frame was a little bit more expensive to replace. So we kept the frame, and we just welded that one spot right there. Then we welded this spot, and then we welded this spot on right here. So everything else looks pretty good, so we're happy. And it's turning out pretty good. The inside right there, that's a little weld. Put some extra meat on there just to be safe, kind of spread it out a little bit, and turned out pretty good. Yeah, let's paint this thing all the way and start putting the clear on here. A few more coats of paint and then put some clear on there, and let it dry, and then hopefully put this thing together, because we got all the parts and pretty much actually put the whole hub already together right there, and it's ready to go. So, and just a few more bushings in the shock that we have to replace, and we're pretty good. Let's go. Alrighty guys, as you can tell, this KLX110 is pretty much put back together. It's ready to go. So let's go through what we did. So as you can tell, we bought a used rear swing arm, put it together. So we fixed all this issue with the frame and the cracks and welded it. And we bought the original paint color code and got that all painted up. And you can buy it. It's a good quality paint on Amazon. I think it's called Color Rate, but yeah, they're a pretty good company. They ship real fast, especially when you email them. Best company out there. I mean, they did me good. They sent me the 1K clear in the paint, so it was nice. Shout out to them. I'll include them in the descriptions of the material I used. And also we did the oil change, and oil change, you have to drop this metal plate for a oil filter, because the oil filter is right there, and that's when you want to change your oil filter. So you have to drop that metal shield, and then the plug is underneath right there, or it's under there to drain the oil. So also we drained the carburetor, cleaned out the carburetor, made sure it's clean and ready to go. Rewired everything, rerouted the wires because everything was taken apart, put everything back together. As you can tell, the bearings and everything, set the chain, got some slack in there, just enough. All the nuts and everything is all good to go. The bearings, the bushings, everything's good to go. We replaced the bushings in the shock, as you can tell. Can't tell the bushings are replaced, but they have been. So everything's pretty tight. There's no looseness as we wiggle it. It's solid, it's tight. Same as this side. Set everything, adjusted the brakes. We had to rebend this point right here where the pivot for the brake was bent, so we set this thing just right. So everything's working really good. Yeah, everything's pretty good. Everything's routed just right. Nothing's loose. Also replaced the spark plug. They had some kind of cheap spark plug in there. I like to run my NGKs, so yeah, cleaned up the exhaust. We also tightened these spokes and removed the twist in the wheel. So as you can tell now, it's pretty good. I mean, that's as good as it's gonna get. And same as the rear. The rear's probably not gonna spin. Oh, it spins pretty good. Can't really tell, but it's pretty good. Solid. Cleaned up the bike everywhere. Cleaned up. Magic Eraser is the best. It's the white pad. Cleans up the plastics really good. It dulls them just a little bit, but then you can put some of that shine stuff on there, like a plastic shine, and it brings it back. Or you can buff them. Yeah, other than that, we had to swap these areas. These areas were swapped, so we fixed all that. Got this bike pretty much ready. So the kid that's gonna be riding it, he's a little short. He still doesn't reach, but we are able to drop the forks, and we can drop them about 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches, I think. So we were able to loosen this bolt, and same as on the other side, and we were able to drop it. So now we have, it brought it down just a little bit. And then when he gets a little bigger, he can raise it back up. And as you can tell, there's the mark right there where it was clamped in. So it's got some good movement, but everything else works good. Put the new tube in there, cleaned it up. Everything works good. Brakes. Had to adjust the clutch. The clutch was actually real tight and was kind of slipping, so we had to readjust that. Everything else is pretty good. I'm pretty proud of how this thing came out, and yeah, it looks pretty solid. We were planning to replace these bushings here, but since we got this part and it was in really good condition, we didn't have to replace any bushings, so we left it the way it is. We also thought the shock could have been blown, but because of all this movement right here and everything was loose in the shock bushing, so when we put everything together, the shock is acting just like it should be. Yeah, definitely cleaned up. Cleaned the air filter, so air filter got cleaned up and oiled, so we're good to go on that. Only thing we got to do is now give this thing a rip. So yeah, let's hear this thing run. Let's not turn on any choke. I'm gonna pull any choke right here, so we won't pull any. Just turn on the gas and see if this thing will fire up. Are you ready? Are you ready? Look at it. It purring like a kitten. You like it? You like it, buddy? Oh yeah. But yeah, cleaned up pretty good. I mean, it's cold. The exhaust was super cold, like, so starts right up after the cleanup. But yeah, put some good fresh non-ethanol gas in there. She fires right up. Alrighty guys, if you like this video, stay tuned. Please like and subscribe. And now let's go for a little rip. Alrighty guys, so here's the Kawasaki 2021 110 RL KLX, ready to go, fixed up. So ready to rip. Rips pretty good, starts right up. It's got a Pro Circuit exhaust, it's jetted, and yeah, fires right up. So let's give this thing a fire. Fires right up, ready to go. All right, let's go for a quick rip. you in the next one. Peace.